Anger is one of the most misunderstood emotions. Is it harmful? Or can it actually help us? Today, we unpack the science, the benefits, the harms, and a routine to use anger, not lose to it. Because like fire, anger can warm your home or burn it down. Work, family, noise, expectations, triggers everywhere. But with the right tools, anger becomes a healthy friend. Without them, it can turn into an unhealthy foe. Let's dive in. What it does, why it hurts, how to use it. First, the upside. Let's begin with the first, and perhaps most crucial, benefit of anger. It acts as a powerful signal for injustice. Deep within our evolutionary wiring, anger serves as an internal alarm system. It's a visceral, undeniable message from your brain that something in your environment isn't right, that a core value or boundary has been violated. This isn't just a fleeting feeling. It's a cognitive and physiological call to attention. It tells you, pay attention. This situation is unfair, and it requires action. That powerful signal is designed to motivate change. When you feel that flash of anger because you've been overlooked for a promotion, or a friend has broken a promise, that feeling is a catalyst. It provides the momentum needed to move from passive acceptance to active problem solving. It's the force that compels you to set firm boundaries where they were once porous, to ask for the fairness you deserve, or to correct a course that is leading you away from your goals and well-being. Think of it as an internal moral compass. While other emotions might tell you how you feel, anger points directly toward what needs to be done. It's a compass pointing toward action. The second major benefit is how anger boosts your physical and mental energy. When you get angry, your body undergoes a dramatic shift. The adrenal glands release cortisol and adrenaline, triggering the classic fight or flight response. Your heart rate rises, pumping more oxygen to your muscles. Your focus tightens, narrowing in on the source of the threat. This is raw power. Left untamed, it can be destructive. But when used wisely, that incredible surge of energy becomes pure determination. It's the fuel that transforms a vague desire for change into a concrete plan. It's the difference between saying, "I should do something," and actually doing it. This surge becomes determination, not destruction. This energy is what fuels follow-through, helping you push through obstacles and persevere when things get difficult. Third, anger can dramatically clarify your communication, but only when it's expressed calmly and constructively. Uncontrolled rage obscures your message, but controlled anger sharpens it. It forces you to identify exactly what you need, what matters most to you, and where your non-negotiable lines are drawn. It cuts through ambiguity. Being calm in this context doesn't mean you suppress the anger. It means you channel its intensity into clarity. It means being clear, direct, and honest about your feelings and needs without resorting to blame or aggression. The key is to translate the heat of the emotion into a specific, actionable request. Instead of, "You're always so inconsiderate," try, "I feel hurt when plans change at the last minute because it makes me feel my time isn't valued. Can we agree to give more notice?" Fourth, anger provides a necessary release for pent-up emotion and stress. Emotions are energy, and that energy needs to go somewhere. When you feel angry, your body is primed for physical exertion. Engaging in movement lets that pressure out safely, preventing it from festering internally or exploding inappropriately. This doesn't have to be a marathon. A brisk walk around the block, a good cathartic cry, a journal page filled with every unfiltered thought. These are all forms of expression. True relief follows expression, not repression. The goal is release, not rumination. Rumination is replaying the anger over and over in your mind, which only strengthens it. Release is processing the energy and letting it go. Finally, and perhaps most surprisingly, anger can breed optimism and resilience. This happens when your anger is channeled toward finding solutions. Instead of feeling helpless, the energy of anger can create a sense of agency, a belief that I can change this. This proactive mindset is the very definition of optimism. Each time you successfully use your anger to solve a problem, you build a track record of competence, You learn that you can handle difficult situations. This allows you to bounce back faster from setbacks. That is the core of resilience. On a larger scale, this channeled anger often turns into service. Many of the world's greatest activists and philanthropists started with a profound anger at injustice, which they transformed into a lifelong mission to help others. So, to recap, anger is not an enemy to be vanquished. It is a powerful tool. When you learn how to steer it, anger can signal injustice, boost your energy for action, clarify your needs in communication, release pent-up pressure, and ultimately fuel your resilience and optimism. But when anger is left unmanaged, it begins to corrode our well-being from the inside out. The first and most immediate impact is on our cardiovascular system. When you feel a surge of anger, your body initiates its ancient fight-or-flight response. This isn't just a feeling. It's a profound physiological event. Harm 1. It raises blood pressure and strains your heart. Your adrenal glands release stress hormones that cause your heart to beat faster and your blood vessels to constrict. This forces your heart to work harder to pump blood through a narrower system. A single burst of anger can cause a temporary spike, but if these episodes are frequent, the damage becomes cumulative. Think of it like repeatedly revving an engine into the red zone. Over time, this chronic strain can lead to hypertension and significantly increases the risk of heart attack and stroke, especially in individuals with pre-existing conditions. This hormonal cascade has other consequences. Cortisol and adrenaline flood your system, preparing you for immediate physical danger. While essential for survival in short bursts, this state is not meant to be our default. When anger becomes a chronic pattern, your body is perpetually marinating in these stress hormones. This sustained state of high alert suppresses your immune system, leaving you more vulnerable to infections, from the common cold to more serious illnesses. Chronic inflammation, another byproduct, is linked to a host of long-term health problems. The turmoil doesn't end when your head hits the pillow. Anger disrupts sleep. The same state of high alert that tenses your muscles and quickens your pulse also keeps your mind racing. It's difficult to drift into restorative sleep when your nervous system is convinced a threat is imminent. You might find it hard to fall asleep, or you might wake up frequently during the night, feeling just as exhausted in the morning. This potent stress chemistry also agitates digestion. The gut is often called our second brain for a reason. It's highly sensitive to our emotional state. Anger can divert blood flow away from the digestive system, leading to cramps, indigestion, and nausea. Over time, this can exacerbate conditions like irritable bowel syndrome and acid reflux. Poor sleep and gut stress create a vicious cycle that deeply impacts our mental health. Chronic anger significantly increases the risk for developing anxiety and depression. The mind becomes trapped in loops of perceived threats and injustices, constantly scanning the environment for the next offense. This hypervigilance is exhausting, and it crowds out our ability to see solutions, feel joy, or connect with others. Beyond our internal world, unchecked anger damages the very fabric of our relationships. It erodes trust. When we lash out, we create an environment of fear and unpredictability. Loved ones may start walking on eggshells, afraid to be open and honest for fear of triggering an outburst. Words spoken in the heat of the moment can leave lasting scars, even with an apology, but they can also be tools for repair. The choice is ours in every interaction. This extends to our professional lives. Teams slow down when psychological safety vanishes. Creativity and collaboration require a foundation of trust and respect. When that's replaced by tension, innovation grinds to a halt. So let's summarize the harms: cardiovascular strain, hormonal overload weakening our immunity, disrupted sleep and digestion, heightened risk of anxiety and depression, and broken trust in our personal and professional lives. It's a heavy price to pay. But here's the crucial distinction. Anger isn't the enemy. Anger without skill is. The emotion itself is just energy, a signal that something needs attention. The harm comes from our unpracticed, reactive response to it. The good news is that skill can be learned. we can learn to notice the signal without being consumed by the fire. We can transform this powerful energy from a force of destruction into a catalyst for constructive change. So let's build that skill. The first and most crucial step is to simply pause and notice. The moment you feel that familiar heat rising, a clenched jaw, a faster heartbeat, a rush of adrenaline, that's your cue. Instead of reacting on impulse, create a sliver of space between the trigger and your response. This pause is your power. In this space, ask yourself, what triggered this? Get specific. Was it a comment someone made? An unexpected bill? A frustrating technical glitch? Naming the spark, the precise event that set things off, is the first step to taking its power away. It moves the feeling from a vague, overwhelming storm into a manageable problem you can observe. Step 2. Breathe. This isn't just a platitude, it's a direct command to your nervous system. When you're angry, your sympathetic nervous system activates your fight or flight response. Intentional breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, your body's natural rest and digest state. Try a simple box breath or a longer exhale. Inhale slowly for a count of 4. Gently hold it for 2. And then exhale even more slowly for a count of 6. Repeat this 3 to 5 times. Feel your shoulders drop and your heart rate slow. This simple action shifts your physiology, pulling you back from the edge and allowing your rational mind to come back online. Step 3. Move. Anger is a powerful, mobilizing energy. If it stays stuck in your body, it can fester. The key is to give it a healthy outlet. Motion metabolizes emotion. This doesn't have to be an intense workout. A brisk walk around the block, a few simple stretches at your desk, or even just shaking out your hands and feet can make a significant difference. The goal is to physically process the adrenaline and cortisol flooding your system. Even 2 minutes of intentional movement can help release the physical tension that anger creates. Step 4. Reframe. Once your body is calmer, you can address your thoughts. Anger often locks us into a narrow, negative perspective. A reframe is about consciously shifting from a problem-focused mindset to a solution-oriented one. Ask yourself 2 powerful questions. First, what can I control in this situation? Often, it's only your own response. Second, what is my next best step? This moves you from feeling helpless to feeling empowered. It's not about pretending the problem doesn't exist. It's about focusing your energy on what you can actually do about it. Step 5. Express with calm I statements. If the situation involves another person, expressing your feelings is important, but the delivery is everything. Blaming language like, "you always," or "you made me feel," will only escalate the conflict. Instead, use I statements to own your feelings and clearly state your needs. The formula is simple. I feel, followed by your emotion. When, followed by the specific observable behavior. Because, explaining the impact on you. And finally, could we, to propose a solution. For example, I feel frustrated when the report is late because it impacts my deadlines. Could we set a check-in time next week? This approach invites collaboration instead of confrontation. Step 6. Reflect. After the emotional peak has passed, take a few moments to learn from the experience. This is where a journal can be invaluable. Write down what happened, what your triggers were, and how you responded. Note what worked and what didn't. Did the breathing help? Did the walk clear your head? Did the I statement lead to a good conversation? Tracking these small details over time reveals powerful patterns. These tiny daily notes build the immense self-awareness needed to manage anger effectively in the long run, turning reactive moments into opportunities for growth. Finally, Step 7. Restore. Managing anger is work. It consumes mental and emotional energy. It's vital to consciously replenish your reserves. This step is about giving your nervous system a safe place to land and recover fully. What brings you a sense of peace and joy? It could be listening to music, spending time in nature, engaging in a hobby, or practicing a short meditation. Proactively scheduling these restorative activities acts as a buffer against stress. Building a foundation of calm and joy makes you more resilient when anger inevitably appears. It ensures you're not just managing crises, but cultivating a more peaceful state of being. Anger isn't good or bad, it's powerful. Managed well, it fuels growth. Left unchecked, it harms health and relationships. Use the routine to steer the fire. Notice, breathe, move, reframe, express, reflect, restore. Harness your anger. Don't let it control you. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe for more insights. Check out our next videos on calm and recovery. See you next time.